Hello everyone, welcome back. This is going to be the third installment of the SGE, the stock gearing experiment, where we are experimenting with the stock gearing on the bike by raising the gearing, riding at lower RPMs, a little bit slower than usual. We'll determine, hopefully, if lower RPM riding is going to help reduce or hopefully solve this valve recession issue that plagues these RX3 bikes. And so far, with our series from the past 2 days in part 1 and part 2, we've discovered that the idle RPMs have been quite consistent. The way that the bike handles, depending on rider weight, I'm a pretty big guy, leaves a little to be desired. You just gotta, the bike is strung pretty high with stock gearing overall, so a little bit more clutch work, a little bit more throttle from launching from dead stops. But riding at the lower RPMs, from yesterday, we got pretty good gas mileage. It's the first time in the history of Rubin Reports, really, the first time ever that I've gotten over 60 mpg while riding on the back roads for my commute route. I've been trying to hit it for a while riding with lowered gearing, but obviously I was riding faster and at much higher RPMs, 7,000 and sometimes even above when needing to pass. So the highest, I think the highest MPG performance I've gotten with lowered gearing while riding on this very back road route and riding at 7,000 RPMs was 59.6. So that was the highest I got. But so far we've gotten 61 MPG with this lowered gearing and riding at 6,000 RPMs instead of riding at 7,000 RPMs. And as you can see, riding at 6,000 RPMs with stock gearing on this bike, we're at about 50 miles an hour GPS. And being at 50 miles an hour GPS while riding on this back road, I am for sure the slow guy. So as far as doing passes on the back roads, it's completely outruled. I'm not passing anyone anymore. Everybody's passing me. But I give folks fair warning with the sticker that I have on the back of my top box, which shows hella slow, which I am. And hopefully riding this way and riding very slow, I'm actually able to go much further in between valve adjustments, and hopefully the engine will not be as stressed and last a lot longer. I hope that this is the issue and not just the bike being or the engine being of very low quality. I hope that that's not the case. And if it is true that this lower RPM riding is what this bike operates best at, then, it's just a shame that this bike was marketed in such a way that was way beyond its limitations. And it's quite disappointing to overpromise and under-deliver in the performance department and reliability department, But again, this is coming from the perspective of someone who is riding this bike every single day for 60 miles a day. Your performance or your experience may vary. If you don't ride your bike very often, it's like a weekend toy or seasonal adventures, or maybe you only put 1,000, 2,000 miles a year on the bike. You might not run into these issues. But if you're someone who uses it to commute like I do, 1,000 miles a month or more, yeah, this is going to apply to you. And the results of this test, we'll see. And hopefully we'll have the definitive answer to how we can combat the valve recessing issues. But at this point, you're probably much better off just buying a different bike. Like, yeah, just in general, buying a different bike, it's just going to be a lot better for you. It's going to be a lot more capable. You'll be able to go over 50 miles an hour or however fast it is you need to go. There's other 250cc motorcycles, single cylinder motorcycles, that just don't have this issue, and so that will be a better bet. But we'll see if how this bike continues to perform at 6,000 RPMs and below, and hopefully we get some really good results. That's pretty much it for today. You guys can continue to watch until the end. As always, I'm going to provide the MPG performance along with the total distance traveled today. I forgot to reset the tripometer again from yesterday, so we're just gonna have to do a little bit of math. But this time I did reset the tripometer, albeit a little bit late. So for tomorrow, we're gonna have to do a little bit of calculation, a little calculation for the variance, about 0.2 or 0.3 miles. I was literally resetting the tripometer as I was leaving the gas station. So we'll do that. And for tomorrow's MPG performance, we'll get that calculation. We'll see how things turn out. All right. You guys enjoy the rest of the footage. Observe how the bike is ridden for the entire 60 miles at 6,000 RPM at 50 miles an hour GPS. Alright, today is day 3 of the SGE, the stock gearing experiment, and this is our idle speed. Pretty much the same from yesterday. I'm just going to go ahead and call this 1550. It's just pretty much staying right there, slightly higher than usual. Alright, and the riding today was pretty tame, pretty nice, pretty much the same as yesterday. You guys probably saw I got passed up quite a bit, so it's in full effect that I am hella slow. Alright. Yeah, I put that sticker on there. I gave folks a warning. But that was even when I was riding at 55 miles an hour. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to get to the MPG performance for today, and I'm going to let you guys see the pictures right now. Okay, as always, after you do the math, it looks like today we got 58.6 MPG. So, MPG department, a little bit lower than what I was expecting. I was expecting to get almost 60, maybe even close to 60 again. But yeah, riding with the stock gearing, it's not the most efficient. Even with the bike stripped down, I'm still a pretty big guy, and riding at the lower RPMs, I'm just not getting the same. I'm getting pretty much the same results that I was getting when the bike was fully dressed, like with everything, the side boxes, crash bars, all of it, and then had the lower gearing and riding faster and riding at much higher RPMs. So yeah, it's not really not very good MPG performance. If I had the lower gearing on here, man, I'd probably be getting 60 MPG non-stop, constant over 60 every single day. So if you're someone out there who doesn't ride faster than 45 miles per hour, man, I'm telling you, if you put the lower gearing on the bike and you keep it at 6,000 RPMs or below, you're gonna get over 60 MPG every single day. Yeah, I guarantee it. The lower gearing is gonna make riding this bike and getting much better gas mileage a whole lot better. But that's all for today. This time I almost forgot to reset the tripometer. I actually pressed and held it as I was leaving the gas station. So for tomorrow, I'm just gonna add like 0.02 or 0.03 miles to the overall mileage for that small little variance, because I reset it while I was leaving. All right, so that's it for today, folks. Stay safe out there, and peace.